Hey everybody, so in this video I wanted to touch quickly on ancient relic crystal shards and why they're important for you. So if you're new to Black Desert, you've probably never been told about the importance of memory fragments. Now, ancient relic crystal shards are one of the best ways to farm them currently in the game. There is another way through forbidden books, however it is more expensive and they do drop a little bit less because there's not so many people farming Medaya. So, these ancient relic crystal shards, you need 5 of them to turn into 1 scroll. Once you turn these 5 into a scroll, you're going to be able to run over to a spot and summon 3 bosses. Now, combining them is really simple. You need to put them in your inventory, unsort your inventory by pressing the left analog stick, and then combine them in a cross shape like you can see here. Now, these aren't the relic crystals, but it shows you how to do them in a cross. It's then going to give you a plus sign at the top. You press that and it turns into a relic crystal summoning scroll. So really simple, really straightforward. However, if nobody's ever told you about this, you probably wouldn't really think about it. Now, once you've got one of these, you can come over to this spot on the map. If you press A on the scroll itself, it'll give you a waypoint and run you down here. And once you're down here, you're going to summon the scroll, which is going to give you a quest from the Black Spirit. And you're going to have to kill 3 bosses. Really simple and straightforward. If you've got reasonable AP and DP, you can do these solo. You don't need to do them in a group. However, what I will say is that doing them in a group is going to give you much more for your money. The reason being is that every time you kill the final boss out of these 3 bosses, you'll gain 1 Hunter's Seal and a roughly 40 to 50% chance of gaining a memory fragment. Now that's just for killing the boss. You'll also get these 3 bundles that you can see in my inventory, and these 3 bundles also have a higher chance of giving you Hunter's Seals and multiple memory fragments. So the bundles themselves are the biggest way of getting these memory fragments. However, if you do these in a group, you can also passively gain extra seals and extra memory fragments. One of the best ways that we found to do it is to get a pretty sort of standard and regular 5-man group. So find 4 other people that want to do this regularly. Each of you picks up 10 scrolls, or enough relics for 10 scrolls, so 50 relics. You then come down at some point in time that you arrange with each other and spend an hour and a half knocking out these. It will take you about an hour and a half. It's not a quick process and it does get tedious and boring. However, it's one of the best grinds that you can do at the moment to help with your future gear. Memory fragments are going to be increasingly important, but I'm going to cover that in one of my future videos anyway. So what you want to do is bring those 5 people down. You'll do your 10 scrolls, you'll pick up your 10 bundles, so you'll have a decent amount of memory fragments and Hunter Seals from those. You'll also get the 10 seals for killing the bosses, and in a perfect world you'd get another 10 memory fragments. Realistically you'll probably get about another 4 or something like that, unless you have really great RNG. What then happens is you pass lead over to somebody else in the group, they do their 10. Now, you don't get the bundles for those 10. However, you still get a Hunter Seal for every time you kill that last boss, and you still get around a 50% chance of dropping a memory fragment. So you've got a chance to pick up another 10, and then you rinse and repeat through the rest of the group. So in total, you've brought 10 scrolls, you've killed the bosses 50 times, which means that you've picked up an extra 40 Hunter Seals, and a chance at an extra 40 memory fragments that you wouldn't have had if you'd have soloed the content. This is going to be one of the most cost-efficient ways of doing these. It's also going to give you the most bang for your buck. You're going to get a lot more out of your money, especially if you're buying these relic crystals. And memory fragments, as I said before, are going to become increasingly important, so make sure that you're stocking up on these early. I understand that there's a lot of PC players out there that will be fully aware of this and have been taking advantage of the fact that other people don't know about this method of farming the memory fragments, or have just taken for granted the fact that it's something we all know about and we've all been doing from the start. So I myself have well over 300 memory fragments stocked up already, and thanks to the Hunter Seals, this is how I've managed to get my gear leveled up as high as I have. So hopefully this helps shed some light on the ancient relic crystals and why you should be doing them moving forwards, so that now you can at least start to put the effort in and stock up on these much needed resources.